Hello, hello, and welcome to our evening Fall for Watercolor challenge. that's not my face. Here we go. Hi, I am so excited to see you today. I chipped my tooth last night, so anyway, I'm probably not going to put my face on here too long, but I'm so excited to paint with you guys. We are going to have so much fun. I'm going to be looking into how we can make a pattern. And I find that I will be like a research guru and like look things up and like get really into stuff. But then the actual doing of it, I'm like, well, I'll get to it. I'm going to do it when I'm ready. And I'm never going to be ready unless I have a swift kick in the tushy. So what we're doing today is we are going to be discovering how to make repeatable patterns in our with watercolor, using watercolor paper. And we're going to do it together. So I am going to go over like what we're painting. It said mums, but I think I'm going to do asters just because I'm really feeling it. And I can't keep looking at my chipped tooth, so I'm gonna go ahead and take my face off of here because I can't deal with it. So here we go. Let me know who you are and what's cracking in the chat. Hi, Elle and Tracy. It is so good to see you all. Okay, so we are going to be painting mums. I'm going to get some light a little closer to our sheet so you can see everything. Can't wait to get back into my office so I have all my proper lighting, but here we are. So we're going to be painting some mums, and we're going to keep it in the center, or not mums, sorry, some asters. I've just been really feeling the asters. So asters are like these pretty purple flowers, and they have like a nice bright yellow center. So as we're mixing up our paint puddles, here, I'll bring that here. I'm going to make a nice juicy little paint puddle here of some yellow. I'm using transparent, or I think this is New Gamboge. I'm going to add some transparent yellow. These are all Mayberry blue paints. And gosh, I just feel like it's still not bright enough. And then I'm going to mix up my purple. So we're going to want a lot of purple, a lot of yellow. So I'm not being shy with this. So if you are tuning in for the first time, we are working our way through the Fall for Watercolor Challenge. Okay, so now I'm going to mix up my purple. I'm going to be using some, it's like Phasian blue or something. It's a lot like Prussian blue, I feel like. And I'm going to use this and then some of this quinacridone lake to get the purple. I might also include some of this primary red magenta. But anyway, oh golly, I'm making a mess. So if you are joining in for the first time, we are working our way through the Fall for Watercolor Challenge, where we are painting something new every day. But in addition to that, this year I'm hosting these little live classes where we try something new Monday through Thursday. And this morning I had a little workshop. So I am I'm making up that time and we get to spend it together. And I'm so excited because I don't get to be on here in the evenings very much. Okay, so these asters, they're going to be pretty light, and these are really fun to paint. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my yellow, make sure my brush is really clean, and I'm just going to kind of make like a circle. Oh, well, that's not clean. Gross. That's okay. Let's clean that up. All right. So I'm getting just some yellow here in kind of a circular shape. Oh my gosh. All right, here we go. Here we go. And if you have any questions as we're going, let me know. Okay, so I'm just doing some random ones. When you're doing a pattern, you don't want it to look too uniform unless that's like what you're going for, right? You want it to look kind of random. So here I have done like 4 little flower centers, and now I'm going to get into the painting of the sides. So it's really just these kind of nice little skinnier brush strokes, and the petals are pretty straight out. I almost want this a little lighter. My goodness, it sounds like an elephant is living upstairs. I am in the basement and our children are not asleep yet, so lucky Andy gets bedtime duty while I get to hang out with you guys. So thank you. Okay, and I am creating some little flowers here. And let's zoom in a little bit so I can show you more about how I'm doing this aster. So this is still wet, so I love how we're getting a little wet and wet action. I'm just creating these little kind of uniform brush pulls, and I'm pulling it from the center. In some, I'm kissing the center a little bit, and some I'm not. I'm trying to keep the edges mostly the same length, but you know me, I'm too excited to get going and I'm going too fast, making a big old mess, but I'm okay with that. It's almost just like the width of the brush. I could probably just kind of plop my brush down. And so when I'm painting a new flower, a lot of times it takes a little while to figure out how I want to go about constructing the flower using my brush. Because if it's realistic, I pretty much go about it the same way, but when it's more of a loose floral, you can really go about it in so many ways and how you make the flower. Like here, I'm just pressing my brush down like this, just plop, plop. I don't know if I do like this better. I think this is pretty, but I don't know that it looks like an aster. So let's finish this one up and see what we think, because we can always change it. All right. And I'm staying mostly in the middle, staying away from the edges. I think, I don't know. It's fine. But I think I like the ones where I'm going like this more. And it's okay if they overlap. I might add like a little bit of color variety here. I will show you how I'm going to do that. So this one's a little bit lighter. It has more water ratio. And then I might mix up a second purple here. A little more of this quinacridone lake, a little bit of this reddish color. And I can even drop this in a little bit here in the centers, just to give it a little bit of pizzazz. Here I'm doing some wet and wet action. Okay, so now I'm going to keep adding to this, and sometimes when I'm like, oh, I need to make like a natural kind of look for something, and I feel like I'm going to be too uniform about it, I might actually kind of like tap, and this will kind of show me where I want the centers of my flowers to be. So I can pick some of these little sparkle splatters and use that as the center of my flower. Plus, I don't hate having the little splatters there throughout. So let's go ahead and just keep on keeping on and keeping it kind of random. We don't want it to be too samey, right? That's the fun of it. And you can pick, you can pick whatever. I know we're kind of in it now, but you can pick whatever flower you want. It doesn't matter. And we are going to be using the paper to create our repeatable pattern. So we're going to be cutting the paper. If you're using a thin watercolor paper, I think you could probably fold it, but you're going to want to have some scissors nearby. And this is so that we can cut the watercolor paper and make sure that our edges are lining up. So the reason why I say let's not fold it is because water paper can be really, really thick, and it can be hard to, when we fold it, the crease is going to be really wide. So if any of your drawing is on that crease and you're trying to scan in your image, it's not going to be very crisp, and you might have to do more editing. Whereas if you just make a nice, clean scissor cut, I think you're going to have more luck. All right, here we go. Let's keep going. Let me know in the comments if you're painting along with me. What flower are you doing? or what's in your pattern. It can be anything. We can be twinsies. So the reason why this is an evening class is because I was teaching a workshop today with this group of gals on Mercer Island. They're called The Gathering, and I'm going to butcher the numbers, but I think it's the zip code that they're in on Mercer Island. And it's a really lovely group of gals. They come together for these cool events where you're learning something new. And they asked me to come paint with them, and it was so much fun. We did one of the drawings out of the Fall Harvest watercolor kit. So yeah, and if you're tuning in today, I just wanted to let you all know that I am running a sale on my website. If you cut the beginning of this video, you'll see that I chipped my tooth. And so if you type in the words Tooth Fairy, all caps, into our website, you will be getting 15% off and helping Mama get a new tooth. So please help a girl out. I'm having a lot of trouble talking. So if I'm spilling over my words, that's why. But I'm kind of loving this exercise of like making a pattern. I think it's really fun to practice the similar shape over and over again. It gives you a chance to try new things and explore like different variations of it. I kind of love it. This is, I would usually probably not choose to make all three of those together, but we followed the random dots and that's where they called us. So it's probably more random having them look aligned than it would have been if I was trying to make them look random. I'll use that splatter technique too if I'm doing like a field of flowers. I find that's a really like great way to kind of just get like a good natural variety, and it just makes things like fun and chaotic because that's my vibe, fun and chaotic. We're here for it. I mean, I hope so. All right, let's see here. Got some fun little whimsy in this one. It's just doing its own darn thing. Some of the petals are kind of going in the wrong direction, and you know what? I like it. All right, so I'm going to take a little look-see here. I think I'm going to try to mix up some more colors, and I might throw in a couple more, what am I trying to say? I might throw in some leaves in a second here. Oh, there's a lot of purple on that brush. All right, so looks like we've got at least one person in here on the live. We're getting ready for Halloween, so if anybody has any good costumes, I always love to hear costumes. Let us know in the chat. We will be Moana, my daughter, and then my son, his favorite thing to do is run around the house going, "Rawr!" So he's going to be a dinosaur on brand. And my husband and I have decided we're going to be sleepy parents. It's maybe a little too on the nose, but we just wanted to wear our pajamas to the costume party we're going to this weekend. So that's what's happening. So if anybody else has maybe better ideas for like low stakes costumes, I am all ears. All right, so let's see here. I'm going to try doing the shape of the flower first. Why not? All right, love it. We love it. And now I'm realizing my yellow is just kind of everywhere. So that's okay, but I'm loving all the bleeding that is going on here. Let's see. I think I see like some little yellow right here from my splatteries. Yeah. So I was talking, maybe it was today in the workshop. I can't remember. I feel like I've been yapping my trap all day. But I was talking about how watercolor can be like a really kind of zen, relaxing thing. And I know I come on here like really energetic and chaotic sometimes, but I truly love watercolor for its relaxing properties. And I think um, this can be a really cool exercise to do when you're just feeling maybe a little stressed and just kind of want to meditate or like zone out a little bit in your painting. I feel like this is a pretty like low stakes adventure. Um, so you can just go with the flow, see what happens, and have a good time. Not everything has to be like something that is like print ready or something you can like put, you know, on spoon flour or whatever. It can just be something that's kind of fun and cute. And I will do a reel on how we're gonna kind of make a repeatable pattern digitally. Yeah. And we can do it on Canva because I feel like most people have Canva. Okay, let's you know what? I think I'm gonna do some leaves in here. So I am using my green gold, a little bit of my sap green from Mayberry Blue, but it's actually going to look more like oxide of chromium with, actually, I think I'm going to cut out the sap green. I think I'm going to do my, like, it's like Winsor & Newton's oxide of chromium, but it's Mayberry Blue's sap green. They look the same. So I'm grabbing a little bit of my phthalo turquoise and then just a little bit of that Phasian blue. How do we say it? Yeah. Oh, Faience. Faience. Faience blue. Ooh la la. And yeah, a little bit of my phthalo turquoise because you know we love a phthalo turquoise moment. Okay, so let's. Oh, I guess I can show you what I'm mixing up here. So this is what I'm working on over here. Sorry, it's kind of in the corner. All right. La, 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 la. So as I'm doing my leaves, I don't know that I like, I don't know. They can just kind of be like wherever. I don't know that I need them to be specifically part of these flowers. I think they can just happen. I'm making sure that I'm changing where they're coming from, like what angle they're coming out of, if they are coming from the flower, what way my hand is moving when I make the leaves, just so we get some variety. Again, this is a pattern that I want to have work like any angle you put it at. So we are going to just kind of move our sheet around and try to get some cool little leafy shapes. You know, we're not going for like high anatomical accuracy here. And I'm probably going to add in some extra element, but hey Brittany, you know what? I didn't tell you. It's a big secret surprise. No, yes, I'm going to digitize it. I'm not going to digitize it today in this class, but I will do a reel on how I digitize it. So Canva has this cool, like removing the background feature. And so we'll use that to remove the background. You can also use like Adobe Photoshop or some of those other kind of tools, but I think Canva is probably going to be the most like accessible one for most people's toolbox. Okay, so I'm letting this dry and I am going to use my blow dryer. So if you're still working, go for it. I'm going to mute this. If I forget to unmute it and I keep working, let me know because good Lord. Don't want you to miss anything. All right, I'm going to mute it while I blow dry. Okay, I think that's good enough. I'm too impatient. I'm too excited. Brittany is saying one of her goals was to work on Canva, and look at you out here doing the work. I love it. I love it. That's awesome. Yeah, I like Canva. Follow Bold Bold Studio Designs, I think is what it's called. Or August Bold Studio. DM me or something, and I'll let you know. But she shares a ton of awesome Canva tips and tricks that are like super fun too. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we are gonna cut this. I think it can be anywhere vertically. We're gonna make a cut, okay, and it's gonna be nice and straight because I'm very good at making straight lines. That's a lie. I'm gonna do it up here because I'm feeling like just really wild. So let's do it. So I'm just going to do a quick little line, just really gentle so I can blur that out then afterwards. I'm looking forward to the reel where you show how to digitize it. Yes. Yeah, we'll see. I think it's gonna be interesting, but I will figure it out and I'm gonna share it with you. So the reason why we're cutting this is we're gonna flip it over to the other side so that when this pattern goes over to the other side, it'll be repeatable. We just need to make sure that if we are going to add anything along this line, we bring that back, right? So then as we go here, we'll do this. So I do want to mark I'm going to mark which one is top and bottom because I just have a feeling I'll forget, but I guess I could line it up and then we'd know. Okay. Oh my gosh, this is like no pressure or anything. Jeez. I don't know why this just I'm like sweating. This made me nervous. It's hard doing new things, you know? Oh my gosh. Yeah. So, okay. So Brittany says, I am looking forward to the reel where you digitize it. I wonder how this works. I followed a guy who does these amazing 3D sculpture paintings and he just digitized one. And it looks completely 3D. And I was like, whoa. Oh my gosh. So cool. That's my husband actually did a lot of that. Like he was thinking about getting into video games at some point in time. And so he did a lot of that like 3D sculpting, which is so cool. Such an interesting, I don't know, like form of art because it's so similar to like the things we do with our hands, right? But it's digital, which is just really cool to think about. All right, so this one's gonna be wild because I don't know, why not? All right, get my yellow. Get more yellow. I feel like this is kind of dirty. That's okay. And then, okay, are we going to cross the line? I think we are. Ah! Okay, we can do it. Come on, Kate. I believe in us. So this will require like a little bit of touch up in Photoshop probably, or maybe like Procreate or something, but we'll figure it out. She's gonna cross it. Thanks, girl. I needed that cheerleading. Oh my goodness. All right, let's see. Okay, that's a weird one, you know, but we're gonna go for it. Do. And then let's just throw a little extra color in there, just since we're already getting wild. All right, cool. I love it. I don't, but it's fine. Let's see. Let's get some of this action. I'm just mixing up some more colors over here. Thank you. So if you are following along at home and just popping in, like you can do whatever pattern you want. If you just want to do like polka dots or swatches or something, that actually probably would have been like the good the good thing to do for a first pattern. But you know what would be really fun is doing some sort of like wet and wet kind of thing. Would be super cool. And like doing some nice kind of wet and wet, like bumping up against each other and having that seamless pattern. Because I do have some of those. Oh, yay, nice to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Um, and I do have some watercolor, like little scans of watercolors that I have, but they're not repeatable patterns. We use them like as backgrounds and stuff. So if you ever get our packages, our kits and stuff, you'll see like stickers and with like little fun confetti backgrounds or like the background on my avatar. But it doesn't repeat. So I was like, maybe I just need to make some like on brand repeatable patterns. I don't know. And so you'll see some of these aren't even on the line, but this helps me like visualize spatially where we're going. Like where we're going with, the layout or whatever, because I don't want them all to be so crowded that we don't have any room for what we got going on. So, all right, let's add in some more green. Sound effects optional, but helpful. Just saying. Oh my God. All right, let's do a little bit of that. Kind of feel like I need to wash my palette soon. It's getting a little nasty. I feel like this color is looking a little bit different than the other one, so I'm just going to pull some of that down here to the other side of this. Okay, I don't know. It's kind of like, I don't know how this is going to go, but I think it might end up being cute. What? Let's do that. Okay, so now as I'm looking at this, I kind of think that I want to do like a little dot pattern. So I'm taking that Fayence blue and I'm gonna just do like these 3 little dots, I think. I don't know why. I just feel like it needed something else, like a little granny pattern or something. Just like, I don't know. I might regret it. I can always delete it later, but I just wanted a little texture, a little pizzazz. And I want to make sure I'm like not forgetting the sides, because we're going to get to that. Don't you worry. This would be like a repeatable banner, but we want to have a repeatable pattern that goes like you can repeat it to infinity. So let's dot this cutie up. Okay. So I'm actually going to do a couple more asters over here. Oh my goodness, this dirty little palette. Okay, so let's do one like, whoop. Like, well, I guess we're doing it right here. Sorry, my hand's kind of in the way. I'm trying to push the sheet down. I guess I could have used tape on the edges that I'm not working from. I don't want to use tape on this edge. I guess I could have taped it from the back. You could tape it from the back, but I didn't want to tape it because I didn't want to, like, you got to let the line be like a live edge line. But taping it, I think, from the back would probably have been a good choice now that I'm looking at it. But I love this. I mean, I wouldn't have known that until like we're in it, right? And I think that's one of those things, like, it's okay to mess up. Like, it's okay to not know what you're doing. I don't know. Is it more chaotic? Is it sometimes going to take longer? Is it frustrating? Like, for sure. But, where's the fun in knowing what you're doing all the time? You know what I mean? I don't like the shape of that. There we go. All right, I think I'm ready to blow dry this, and then we'll do the sides, and I think I will tape the back. So I'm going to mute you, give you a little ear break from my blow dryer, and I'll be back on in just a moment. Okay, so I've kind of forgot that those little dots were also wet. So I'm going to turn this over and I'm going to tape the back. I got to make sure they're, ooh, this is why. This was in my like extras pile because now I know why. Because it was dirty. Gotta get dirty. So you're not going to want to use like industrial tape here because we are going to like, well, I guess not. I guess we could just scan it in as is. Where is my tape? Let's see. Y'all, it's a mystery. Oh, shoot. Oh, there it is. So, if you don't know, I've moved recently and we're doing some renovations on our Airbnb or on our home. And so we're staying in an Airbnb and like I've got all my stuff in the basement, which is, it's fine, but that's why the lighting is kind of crummy. And I miss my setup in my studio, but we're making do, sometimes you just gotta be scrappy. So, okay, feel good about that. It's like coming together. It's coming together. It's actually really cute. Okay. Am I gonna be like, oh my gosh, I want to be a surface designer? Yeah, that's good. Okay. So now again, I think we can cut this wherever we want. Honestly, I don't know that it really matters here because I think I'm just going to go down the middle because really we're just connecting the ends. So I'd be curious to see if like it really made a huge difference where you were cutting it. You know what I should have done is, I guess that's okay. I should have, sorry, pardon my French. I should have made a straight line is what I should have done. But you know what? We're just gonna go with it. I'm gonna tape the back of this with my tape that once again has disappeared. We literally just had it. All right, here it is. Okay, so we'll do this. I'm trying to get them as close as possible. It's okay if there's a little gap. You can always like fuss with it. That's what we're doing. Okay. So, all right, let's get in here. Finish up our pattern, baby. Okay, I kind of feel like I want like some leaves there too, just while I'm there. So I'm going to start with some asters and then we'll come in with some other stuff too. Oh, that's pretty. I don't know what happened there, but I'm liking what that color is going. Okay. Today, folks were sharing their favorite, or yesterday, I think, we're sharing their favorite flowers in the chat from the morning lives. We had a lot of peonies. We had a lot of, I think we had some hydrangeas and a magnolia. Yeah, it's just getting me itching for spring to start painting again. Dahlias, though, those suckers are still in season. We were driving past our neighbor's house the other day, and I was just like, those dahlias are just, I don't know, exploding. I was going to sing something, but I lost my words. But yeah, their dahlias are amazing. Okay. Love it. Love it. And so the connecting of the purple and the yellow is kind of interesting because if you were to mix purple and yellow up together, you would get brown, and it would not be a pretty color. But this yellow, this New Gamboge, I'm not too worried about it because it's pretty aggressive. Some paints just travel. Some paints, I feel like, they've got their VIP access. They've got their TSA pre-check or whatever, because they just move a lot faster than some other paints. And New Gamboge and transparent yellow, which are the colors I'm using for this yellow, are both that kind of color. They are going to get into whatever their like It's like red wine at a white party, like where everybody's wearing white. It's gonna get that red wine's gonna get everywhere, you know. They just are really assertive paints. And yeah, so I love me some new gamboge. Um I think it's perfect to use with a purple because it's going to hold its ground. It's not going to become like commingled with the purple very easily. It's kind of standing on its own 2 feet, I guess. Yeah, see how it just like plopped into there? And it's not really mixing. It's just like, hey, I'm here, back off. I'm busy. I'm busy being a paint. I feel like I'm gonna feel like this is kind of a weird zone. So I think maybe, I don't know. I wonder like how much do I wish I had done before I cut it, and how much am I like, oh, I wish I had kind of tweaked where this is. Like right here, I feel like I want something to kind of cross both. So maybe I'll undo it at the end and add to that. Maybe not. Maybe we're okay with it just being a little random. Okay, let's add some green, see how we're doing with that. I think we definitely need some like right there, maybe some here. Let's see. And not everything has to cross the line, but it's nice to kind of, get close to it because that's where we were avoiding before. Let's see. I think we could probably do somewhere here. And then I am going to add in my little dots. I think we're going to call it. Whoop! It's too much paint. Okay. So I'm just tapping my paintbrush on my towel. All right. This, if anybody's in the Colorado area, this towel is from my friend Nikki, who owns this space called the Colony. I think it's maybe close to Boulder. I'm not sure. But she, it's like a maker, like a space where you can go and do art things. And it's just, I'm so excited for her and all the cool things she's doing. So if you're in the area, definitely go check it out. And she also sells some of my favorite brushes too in her shop, Infinity Arts. So not sponsored, just a fan. So here I'm just oh my gosh, have I been muted this whole time? Nobody told me. um, so I guess what I was saying to summarize is, so I've cut here. I have put tape on the back to keep it together. I'm making sure that I'm getting a lot of crossover, trying to make sure that everything's evenly distributed. I'm kind of looking at composition and getting a sense of like where things, I don't know, where I just feel like, I don't know what's going on with the mic, but I don't know that I have any like specific guidelines on this yet. I think for me, I am looking for something that doesn't feel like there are any gaping holes, something that doesn't look too like, this is where it is. Like right now, if I were to look at this, I feel like I'm seeing some kind of lines that look consistent through here, but I also am seeing some here. So I'm curious to see how this will read as a pattern on a larger scale. So, oh, good. I was only muted a couple seconds. Oh, thank goodness. I was like, oh my God, I've been yapping my trap. A Talcott. Oh, that's you. Thanks, babe. I was like, oh my gosh, a secret relative is my husband. Anyway, yeah. All right. Well, since you're on there, Andy, any places where I need more? I think it's good. I think you're gonna have to help me learn how to use Photoshop if I can't get this figured out on Canva. So that'll be a fun little journey. So folks, thank you so much for joining in. I'm going to be doing a follow-up video on this on like a shorter format. So either on like in a TikTok and Instagram, Facebook video, where I'm doing the digitizing and talking over that, sharing how I did that. So stay tuned. I'm super excited to see how this works. Kind of want to put this like on everything now. I'm obsessed. So we'll see how it reads in a larger format. And I hope everyone has a wonderful evening. Thank you for joining me in painting tonight. And I can't wait to paint with you some more next week. All right. Don't forget to go into our shop, splatterandbloom.com, and stock up on your treats. We are doing a 15% sale or 15% off sale. Type in Tooth Fairy. You're going to help Mama buy a new tooth since I chipped it. Opening up a package with my teeth. Don't tell my mom. Okay. Love you. Bye.